Welcome back, team. Hope you all had a great New Year's. For today's video, we're going to be focusing on the most important part of top lane, the first 5 minutes of the lane. So today I've prepared a bunch of different examples of myself bashing and even kicking people's heads off, all on the Rift of course, and we're going to be breaking down these examples in great detail and really getting lost in the source of how you can perfect the first 5 minutes of your lane so that you can apply it to your own game. So if that sounds good to you, if you really want to level up your lane phase, then let's get started. Now, before we get started, you're probably going to notice my opponents in these games are a little bit weaker than what you're used to seeing me play up against, and that's just because I was visiting my family over Christmas, so I had to rank up my old account a little bit. So a lot of these opponents are kind of low masters, maybe a couple D1, D2s, so you are going to notice they are going to get obliterated, but I still think there'd be some good learning to take away of just how having a good game plan, being very confident with the way you play your early game, you can definitely create some very powerful early game advantages, even up against players around Masters. So, level 1 you can see, hitting the wave straight away, stacking up my passive. The reason I wanted to try here is because I was scared they would do a kind of a split map. They invaded my useless Kayle, but level 1 I want to make it volatile. I want to take a very big trade up against him with lethal tempo and dodge his Q at level 1. So, Darius will usually start Q level 1, because your E blocks is W. So here I'm sort of trying to bait him in, clicking in, and now I see, okay, I've dodged his Q, I win. This is where you need to have that switch in you. Their spell is on cooldown, or I outplayed their spell, I dodged their Gwen Q, their Aatrox Q, Darius Q, doesn't matter what it is, I win. You need to have that confidence. So I just pop auto attacks here, pop the E up, big E on him in the wave. You can see I click down here, because I want my E to hit as many minions as possible. But then, after stunning the creeps, I click into the bush here. One extra auto into the bush. The reason I do that is so that if he right-clicked onto me, his auto would have cancelled. But here, I think he probably had the auto attack sitting on or something, so he hit a minion instead, and then I get one extra free auto from the bush. So now, impossible for him to win, so I just keep bashing him down. I'm confident with the tempo and holding my ground. This is up against a Darius as well, and there I can see, okay, your Q's probably going to come back up now, so I'm ready to dodge it. You can see my mouse has already moved before he Q's, so I'm sort of anticipating it, and then click in, click out, and make him use that Q. So already, the lane is pretty much won, but I'll show you how I really sealed the deal here. But I do want to touch on that level 1. You can just see a lot of Jaxes would play very passive in this type of matchup. And yeah, versus a better Darius player, you might have spaced the Q better, all that good stuff. But you need to hold your ground. You need to be confident with your E. And if your E hits him in the wave, and you can utilize bush as well, it's going to give you the best chance possible. You can see really hard for him to do anything here. But after that, he runs away here. He had to run all the way back around. So I cleanly crash wave 2. Really important. No matter what champ you're playing, maybe not no matter what champ, if you're playing a ranged champ, it's different. Champs like Jax, champs like Riven or Camille, you want to be cleanly crashing your waves so that if they're stuck here, you know, if your wave gets stuck there, they can easily punish you. So cleanly crash wave 2. And then here, I want to catch a minion. So I walk past my wave, bonk it on the head, and draw aggro. Once the minions lock on to your wave, it's really hard to get them off. They're very stubborn, so you need to catch the aggro before they start fighting your wave. And then I stop the auto just to make sure I brought it, and I'm paying attention to these 3 lines here. These lines mean I hate you, I want to chase you down. If they drop off, they're not chasing me anymore. So you can see momentarily the aggro dropped right now, so they don't have those lines. So I'm paying attention to these lines. If it dropped, I would click towards them straight away. So I'm really anticipating that. So I pull out the wave 3 wave here, wave 3 minion here. So now he's forced. If you want to farm, you have to come out and let me Q onto your head. So Q hits Q. Every matchup that you play, there's going to be some rock, paper, scissors formulas for you to solve. When Camille W's me, I'm going to Q. When Darius Q's me, I'm going to Q. That type of thing. Every matchup has them more or less. So Qing the Darius Q is a really important one. And then ending my trade in CC. Sure, here I could have greeted a couple more autos, but if I had him, he can auto me back. He can fire me back. I'd rather end my trade while he's stunned, and now he can't auto W me or pull me back in E auto. So I essentially do free damage to him. Ending trade CC, really important concept here. So now just farming, waiting for my next set of cooldowns. Don't want to play too crazy here, but I know he's checkmated. He has no TP. So what I'm going to do here is crash this wave and try to let it come back towards me. But if you try to farm, go straight away, queuing his Q yet again in the trade and CC him so that he cannot retrade onto me. So he has to base here or he will die. So I just take the plate, and you can see you start basing here because I know he can't TP back in. Their jungler might come, but I see him in bot try anyway. So you start basing like this, you'll get the plate during the recall, and you save an extra 4 seconds or so. So really, really min-maxing. So here, usually I'll TP back to lane, but I just walked back in this instance for no reason. Probably should have, I regret it actually, should have TP back so I can trade onto him, but it's going to be fine. I only lost 1 XP anyway. So there, touch this minion, I'm going to go. You can see the mindset. You cannot play the game. If you touch this creep, I'm going to punish. So jump onto him straight away, and then click away, ending the trade in CC yet again. So now we're chilling, waiting for my next E. No need to take a trade here. A lot of players feel the urge to fight them here, but I only did this as a retrade. You wasted your hook for no reason, so I'm going to Q to dodge your Q yet again. The rock, paper, scissors mindset. If you Q, I'm going to Q. Freeze up the wave, and now I know, okay, if he walks up, he's going to die, so he has to base here. And I know I can stay, because I have TP, I have 2 potions, so I don't feel urgency to base. If I was lower, I would base in TP right now, on this freeze, and keep the freeze here. But I know I don't need to. If I didn't have TP, and I'll just stay and drink my potions. If I had no TP, no pots, then I'm going to watch how I played the early game and fix that up. But I'll probably just base on the freeze anyway. But you can kind of see here, just trimming the, just last sitting here, trying to maintain my freeze, being very gentle with the wave. When this dies, I'm probably going to pull the wave up a little bit. Nope, not here. It's not going to crash under the tower anyway, so it's fine. Just chilling. We got a nice, juicy CS and XP gap. And now I can be a little bit of a caveman because I'm level 5 verse 3. So I just fully send it here. Q auto W, hold the E for a long time. Pop the E early because you don't want Darius to hook you, and then click backwards and space out your stun. So get the stun there, auto W, and I'm ready. If you Q me, I'm going to Q. Oh no, I'll just flash in actually. Boom, get the kill. So you can see all this stems back to the way I played the level 1 to 3. That's going to be the common theme of this video that you see. You need to have a really clear game plan, and you need to be very confident in the way that you play it. Now, of course, you can't do it on every champ. If I'm playing Mundo versus Darius, I probably can't do, I know I can't do that, so you have to play a strong champ, but you'd be surprised how many students I see when they're playing champs like Set, or, you know, Jax or Camille or something, and they're playing super passive. So definitely you're going to see a lot of game planning, how you can just completely end your opponent's game through the level 1 to 3, and see his 14 CS to 40 here. Next, I want to showcase a range matchup. I'm playing Camille up against a Gnar. So I've gone for a full aggressive setup here with Conqueror, D-Blade, and Shield Bash in second wind. And my game plan is to make it volatile. I love starting E in this matchup as Camille, Q as Jax, you know, E as the Hen, whatever it may be, and making the lane volatile. Trying to get both of you low is most of the time going to benefit the melee champ. So level 1, I let the wave settle, and I'm trying to walk behind him. I'm not walking straight at him like this. I'm not walking kind of like this behind him. You have to have the sheepdog mindset. You can see my clicks here. I'm not clicking onto his character directly. I'm trying to shepherd him away from the tower. This is his safety. I want to push him into the river so he feels pressured. Either I need to fight this guy or I need to give XP. So I click away here, click around, sheepdog, dodge the Q. And now he has to make a choice. Either I fight her or I run all the way back here. And we're top laners. We're not support players. We're going to fight back. So he does exactly that. So you can see it bashing him down here. And then I try to him, sort of push him back a bit there, and just making it volatile. And you may think, man, this looks pretty even. You're both 200, you're both 150 HP. But again, this benefits the melee champ because I have ways to force onto him. I can E onto him whenever I want. If he E's onto me, he's gonna die. If I E onto him, he's gonna die. Where if I just stay healthy and he slowly chips away at me with auto attacks with Qs, it's gonna benefit him for sure. So I'm just chilling, waiting for my level 2, and there I go for the E flash just to guarantee it, to get a faster E as well, so you can't flash dodge it and guarantee the hit, because I'm happy to trade flash for flash. Also, yeah, so I'm really happy to trade flash for flash up against a range matchup here. Make it volatile here, get him to flash away, and now I'm going to chill. So I feel like a lot of players in this position would be very tempted to try kill him, but you can see I'm actually running away. He's low HP, I'm running because I'm playing off my cooldowns, waiting for my E, playing around cooldowns, one of the most important parts at top. And you can see my movement here, making it really hard for him to Q me and positioning myself near the wall, so it's hard for him to dodge my E. So boom, double tap E, and nice clean kill. So this one's not going to last much longer, as you're going to see something very sad here. One thing I do want to note on this, when I saw him TPing to the wave for some reason, I slowed down my last hitting. I should have slowed down even more actually, but the reason why, I want my wave to sort of help me fight. That's why I'm chilling here. So I should actually slow down a little bit more. So he TP's back in. He's got W here. So I just kill him and the lane, of course, ends. But, of course, that's a dumb mistake. The level 1 game plan is the most important thing. Making it volatile versus the range champ early game can be a very good way to put them on the back foot like this before they can bleed you out with their range advantage. Next we have Camille versus Irelia, so playing up against a bit of a stronger champion this game, but again, it all comes back to the game plan. Irelia with 4 stacks, very, very powerful. Irelia with no stacks, very weak. So I need to make it volatile, I need to attack her as much as possible and pressure her before she can stack up. So I've gone for Conqueror, Bone Plating, Shield Bash, D-Blade as well, full aggressive early game setup, and camping the bush here. So auto Q, actually I went PTA, I kind of prefer Conqueror, I think I was just testing out press the attack, but it's still fine. So auto QQ, and now I'm trying to make it hard for her. If you want XP, you have to come through me. I'm putting a lot of pressure onto her. You see just how painful I'm making this lane for him. If you want to go near a minion, I'm going to just trade autos with you. Try to fish for a Q there. But I'm getting all my XP. You can see my XP bar here. I haven't missed one. So that's why my camera is positioned like this most of the time. So I can keep tabs on all the XP. So you can see I soaked that one. And now I know, okay, they've got a bit of HP. I can hit you, click backwards for these ones. And now that I've got them all, now I can just stand here and play aggressive. So a lot of zoning there. So wait out the E. And now we just chill. I don't want you to touch the wave. So if you touch the wave, I'm going to go. If you leave tower range, I'm going to go with my E. So you can see I keep positioning near the wall after farming so that I can E in a hurry if I need to. So she only got like 1 CS here, I think, maybe 1 or 2, making it really difficult for her. And if you leave that tower, I am going to EU straight away. You'll see right here, she's sort of circling around, boom, movement mistake, punish instantly. Yeah, so you can see a lot of these games, it's me, I'm really, really staring at my opponent, really ready to punch them if they mess up. And yes, you're not always going to know when they mess up, but here you can see, not making a mistake, not making a mistake. So I'm chilling, wait a second, that's a little, looks like you're playing the game too much, boom. E, auto, QQ. And click backwards, and now she's getting close to diveable territory. So the reason I'm slow pushing this wave here, even though it's my hard push, I'm waiting for my E to come back off cooldown. So I'm last hitting this because I want my E to be available in case I go for a dive and we just miss all the farm for fun. But the dive will be quite hard here. She can Q to the wave, she can stun me. So I didn't want to take the flip because I'm in such a favorable position here. I don't need to take any risk at all. So Q her there, Q to the minion, click backwards. And now the wave is sort of close to the center. So I'm watching, ready to punish. You can see I didn't use my W when she had 4 stacks because I didn't want her to Q onto me and dodge my W and keep 4 stacks up. I W'd as the stacks dropped off there. I missed the W anyway, but you see the intention. So E, auto, Q, auto, Q2. Another good trade and dodge the E on the way out. What's Irelia going to do after you kick her head off? She wants to retrade with stun, so I'm ready to dodge that one. So you can see she's in a position where if I hit one more E, she's going to die. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. So stop her base. A lot of pressure. Maximum aggression here. And I know that, okay, jungler should be, ready to gank top soon. My jungler's doing bot crab. Their jungler will probably do top crab. So I'm going to go and ward here. So also thinking about the jungler too. I don't think in this game they could have 3-camped me. There's no way. So I didn't ward as early as I usually would. So the W onto her. Hunting for the dive here. So the reason I'm last sitting here again, waiting for my my E. So stack Q1, E, or Q2 there, and just kill with Ignite there. So the reason why I didn't think I'd get level 3 ganked, if you're curious, it is Kiana. She could do, red golems, raptors, come straight top, but she's probably not. On Kiana, on champs like that, unless you're 1 HP free kill, they're not really going to do that. And if we go back to the 3-camp timer, which is around 245 to 250, I'm ungankable, right? So that's why I didn't feel that scared of jungle. Actually, I did ward them, but that's why I didn't feel scared of jungle at all until the time where I warded. Now at level 4 Kiana, full clear, could kill me here. That's why I felt a bit more pressure. But even if she's in that bush, I know I can 1-for-1 it. So I was happy for it, and I sat against the wall just in case the Irelia flashed. So we'll go a bit longer on this one. TP back to lane here. E away. So she wins long trades with high stacks here. So she had her stun, I kite away him. So I played for a short trade here. Champs that are pretty good at short trade and long trade are a bit harder to teach and to learn for sure. So I Camille with Conqueror or PTA in this case. Sometimes I want short trades, sometimes I want long ones. But it's pretty straightforward versus Irelia. If she has full stacks, I want short trades. If she doesn't, I can take a long trade. So that's why I eat away there. So waiting for the Talon, go for the W, auto Q, I kite away, auto Q2. and then just kite. Me living here is way more important than the kill. So Ian, that's why I sat on the wall so long. I'm just buying time for talent to reach. But I didn't want my E to fall off, of course, so I E'd back in there. So nice clean kill. Trim the wave a bit. I like to leave about 3 minions usually for a trim. And then just base here. So 3 bonus minions. So I base, come back, and my wave's in a beautiful spot as I come back. So 3 extra minions is good, not for a permanent freeze, but for a trim and base, which is what I did here. So kick her head off a bit, make it hard for her. But again, I only want short trades here. You're full HP, you have 4 stacks. Let me just proc my PTA and my passive, and then click backwards here. So farm the wave. If you go near the wall, I'm going to go. But she did a really good E that time, so I E'd away. So I'm ready. I'm anticipating. If you check your E, I'm going to click away. Look at my mouse here. I'm ready for this. I'm not just reacting to it. You know, I'm not a young man anymore. We're not just insta-reacting to an E'ing away. I'm anticipating it. I'm prepared for it. If she didn't E, maybe I'd go on to her there. I mean, definitely I'd go on to her there. So we're slowing it down here. Waiting for my next E. And now trying to zone the cannon a bit. So there, QW. Q2. There I tried to buffer the E through the stun, just in case the stun hit me, but because I clicked to the side a bit with the Q movement speed, I was able to dodge it as well. So here I really want to dive. You can see all in, come, assist me. I don't think he ended up coming, but you see the intention there. Q the minion, pushing for a Q2. Q2E, that's what I want to do there, buffer the E through her E. Again, this dive might be possible if I send it and I dodge this with ulti and blah, she doesn't flash something and blah, right? But I'm so far ahead. She's got like 25 farm or something, 20 farm. Why do I need to take a risk here when I have such a noticeable lead? So I'm just trying to trim it down and make the dive 100%. I don't want to take any risk here with my lead. Really good mindset to have. When you're ahead, maintaining your lead is way more important than collecting dopamine from an extra kill. But now she's low from me buttering her up with the Q2, so it's diving time. So stack my Q on the wave, lead with movement so I can E away, Q ignite W and click backwards, and now just waiting. She's ignited right now, which means if I walked under tower or E'd her, I would take tower aggro straight away. So I'm just waiting, and now I E, because the ignite drops, so I won't take a tower shot for ages. Hug the wall as well. So you'd see a lot of small things went into this. First of all, mindset. I really want to preserve my life more than I want to kill her. That's step 1. So I trimmed her HP bar first to make the dive more 100%, even though I took the risk of she could have killed this wave and based. And she's still behind. The worst part of dying in top lane is not the enemy getting a kill and a dopamine and a big smile on their face. It's losing all your gold and XP, the plates, the waves, all that stuff. So even if she based right now, I'm still in such a good position. That's why I don't feel that much urgency to kill her. And then here's her mindset. Then number 2, I'm baiting her spells. So I'm holding my own useful abilities to disengage the tower, the E, and even my ulti to drop tower aggro, and I'm baiting her spells. See, she's used W and E before I've even used my E. Really important that you bait your spells. They don't want to die without using anything. They have the pressure onto them. So I just Q2W, click away. Also, if that stun was going to hit me, I would have buffered my E through it. Look at where my mouse has gone. Not right now, before that, it went near the wall, so that if that stun was going to hit me, where was it? Here, if that stun was going to hit me, that is technically for Camille, that's going to hit the wall. If that stun was going to hit me, I would E away, but then I just click dodge it with movement here. You can see I felt quite confident, and now I'm just waiting out the ignite, because I don't want to take tower aggro while she's ignited, so I waited out, and then cast my E now. So tower's on cooldown, wait for her flash. So step 3, anticipating what they're going to do. I know she still has flash here. So when I E in, any normal Irelia player is going to try to flash my E to survive, right? So I just sit on the wall, waiting for it, and then I pick up a nice clean kill, and even outplay this guy just for a bit of style points. So, main thing again, of course the level 1 to 3 was the most important thing, but I really want to touch on that dive execution. Really important, because if you dive your opponent and trade one form where you don't need to, or even worse, you die and they outplay you with your lead, that's the only way you're going to get behind. In top lane, the role is too brutal. When you have a lead like this, they cannot kill you, you can only kill yourself, so maintaining your lead has to be more of a priority for you. Next, we have Fiora versus Kayle, so definitely a matchup where I want to get a lead early game, so I've gone for PTA and Ignite. Phase Rush is also good as well. Now you can see here, camping the bush, he does phase check this one for some reason, so I go for the 3 Vital trade, making it nice and volatile. One thing you'll notice, I held my Q. If you don't need to use it, you don't need to use it. This Vital's in a good position, so I don't need a Q. This Vital's kind of hard to get with him clicking up, so I just go for an auto Q instead. Nice clean trade here. What I would have done if he didn't walk into the bush, exact same thing as the Camille versus Irelia, let the wave settle, walk out here, try to zone XP, you know, all that good stuff. So here, you can see here, I don't want to let him touch the wave at all. If you go for 1 minion, I'm going to Q onto you. So here, I just slow push this wave and crash wave 2 under tower. Go get a ward in the bush as well. So 11 out of 12 CS, not too bad, and got him low HP. So this is not something I usually do on Fiora, but there's something like Kayle that's quite weak, it is okay. I tried to W his Vital, but he clicked the opposite direction that I expected, so I just Q'd him instead. So really making a volatile here. When you verse weaklings like Mundo, like Kayle, like Nasus, do not let them breathe. Do not let them play the game early game, because if they get to level 6 even, they're in a really happy position, and we don't want our opponent top laner to be happy there. So I called up the Jace as well. So if we go back to here, where I pinged the all-in, I pinged for Jace to dive here really soon, because this guy's so low HP, it's an easy dive. Jace is doing some really ugly clear, it's kind of disgusting, but I pinged for it because if this Kayle gets killed here, she's going to be in a really bad position, and Jace actually surprisingly came up, and we just go for this dive. So play a slow wait for Jace to tank, so that I don't have to die, and get a nice easy kill there. And then base straight away. Remember, no matter what, doesn't matter what matchup you're playing, your base timer is your top priority over everything. So as soon as I got this kill, you can see I'm not hitting the wave at all. I don't want to ruin the aggro. I just want to base. So I pulled the wave a little bit so they'll all target their first minion and push towards me faster and base straight away. So base, come back to lane here, and now I want to play for a kill on this bounce back here. So I'm going to trim the wave and punish Kayle if she walks up. So QW, I assumed that she would Q me straight away, but she did good and held it there, but I still got a trade that I'm happy with. So just trimming the wave here, waiting for my W, trying to get level 4. The reason I walked away here is to drop the Vital, you can see, drop the back Vital, get the front one. So nice Vital position here. He did the same thing though, but it does mean he has to keep leaving the lane, which I'm happy with. So trimming the wave, drop the Vital again, and not letting the wave crash. So here you can see I'm pulling the wave up. I'm happy to leave a 4 minion advantage here. And now I'm going to be trying to pressure this Kayle extremely hard here. So standing between the wave. One tip, you pretty much never want to trade when the wave is coming in. So when this wave is coming in, every single wave, you have to come back to home base, farm a little bit, let it settle, and now go back out. So exactly like that. Now, if you go near the wave, I'm going to go, if you want this XP, I'm going to punish. So when you verse range champions or players that sit 2 screens away, not wanting to play the game, you have to try to zone XP. It's not as simple as being back here. If you auto-attack this minion on Aatrox, I'm going to Q you. It's not like that. They're just trying to get XP. So you have to try to zone XP. If you stand really high up, if you get this XP, I'm going to go on you. It's that mindset. If you drop the XP, I'm not going to go on you because you're too far away. So I get to go onto him here, W him here, auto EQ. Let's clean trade, get him low HP, and now I know he has to base. So I one-shot this wave and base myself and come straight back to lane here. So we're in a pretty good position. Jace can't really do anything here. I think he looks for it, but I'm trying to punish when he walks up. So using the bush as well, just got back to lane, utilize the fog of war, get into the bush. If you walk up, I'm going to go. So here we go, Q, auto E. W at the end here. Should W a little bit earlier, but still perfectly fine. So I want to let the wave come back in here. When you verse these weaklings again, Kayle, Nasus, all those guys, let the wave come in. So he's level 6 now. He's feeling a bit more confident. So I drop the Vital yet again. Then walk up. If you auto-attack me, I'm going to go onto you. So look at the way I'm walking. Kind of away from the wave a little bit. Then we go Q. W has Q this time. I found out his pattern. Auto E. Now we're in a really good position. Then Q crit in the Ignite as well. Even though the Ignite probably won't kill him, I wanted to try to burn his ulti. 13 HP, it was pretty close. And now again, he has to base. So you know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to match their recall, but he decides just to die. So I, of course, kill him. He was sick of taking the small losses. But you can imagine, let's say he was a normal guy and he just based. Again, he loses another wave. He comes back to my freeze again in a really, really bad position. So I put him in a pretty unplayable position where either he has to base and take a guaranteed loss or stay and take a guaranteed loss. And again, it's kind of all back to that 1 to 3 plan. This time as well, showcasing how to get your jungler involved. They're not always going to listen. The Camille versus Irelia game, my jungler didn't listen and come for the dive. We played around it. This game, the Jace did listen. We also played around it. So you ping the correct gank. And if it comes or if it doesn't, you play accordingly to what's happening in the game. Here we have a very quick one, just playing Camille up against a Gwen. Now, normally I wouldn't start E in this matchup, but there was some level 1 action, so I did have to start E, and of course we died for it, so definitely worthwhile. But it's not going to change the learning from this VOD. So, my main goal in this matchup here is to bait him to use Q and dodge the center part. As long as I dodge the center part, I'm really happy with this lane here. So look at the way I'm moving this whole time. He doesn't fall for it straight away, but a lot of my movement is based around, I want to bait him to use his Q. So even the very first auto attack I did was a fake auto. I pretended to hit the minion in its Q range, but look at my mouse here. I have no intention of actually committing an auto attack, stopping my movement, and tanking the center part of Gwen Q. Fake auto click back. Click towards her, click to the side. You can see a lot of movement, and then actually lasted here. Click away. A lot of movement. He had good discipline here, and there he went for it. But I'm still doing it. Click off to the side here, and don't tank the center part of Gwen's Q there. So this is where it gets interesting. Here I've gone for a Conqueror full aggressive setup. In my opinion, Grass was better in this matchup, but I'm just really enjoying Conqueror Camille, Lethal Tempo Jackson, all that stuff. So I went for Conqueror here as well. So I auto take her here, click away. Trying to pull her to the wall there. I want her to go near the wall so I can actually utilize the spell that I started level 1. If I started Q, I would have just done auto QQ and run away. 3 kicks to the head and got her low HP. But with E, you have to play around it. So I'm pulling her to the wall here, and just E onto her straight away. So auto, click down, auto, click down. So why am I clicking down after every auto? I want to drop the minion aggro. Remember the little lines we talked about? These mean the minions hate you. So you want to drop these lines here. So drop them, trying to drop that minion aggro and pull it down. Just pop the ignite early to deter her. I win this all in. I've taken ignite, you haven't. I'm very confident. I'm a better auto taking base champ than you. So I just bash your head in, pop that ignite, and drop the minion aggro as well. So get it to low HP here, and now yet again, you cannot play the game anymore. If she based and TP backed in, I would slow push this wave, hard push the next wave, and base as well. But I'm half HP, so it doesn't matter if she does that. But again, if you try to soak XP, I'm going to E onto you and abusing my level 2 advantage, of course. E, auto Q. Nice, clean, easy kill. So I just want to showcase this one because you can see even versus a champion that's quote-unquote stronger than you, if they make mistakes, you can hold your ground and fight them back. Her mistake was she wasted her Q and she didn't use the fact that she got level 2 advantage over me to get level 2 advantage over me. She didn't utilize that at all. So you can kind of see if she just hit this wave here, got level 2, she would have been in a really good position. But because she made that mistake, I knew, okay, I can win this. I can hold my ground. I didn't play too safe here. And she made the mistake of not utilizing her prime. So I was able to put her in a position where, again, guaranteed loss. Either you base and TP, that'll take 20 seconds or so, you lose a bunch of XP, or you die and lose it anyway. So guaranteed advantage either way. Another quick example here, this game playing Fiora up against a Vlad. So I really want to highlight the importance of fighting away from the wave and what that looks like. So here you can see yet again, little bush cheesing goblin, let the wave settle and go. So you can see I'm not just queuing onto him. That would draw the minion aggro of the 3 casters. I'm clicking past him down here, cutting off his escape to the tower because I want to fight him. I want to hit him, my first auto, when the minions won't get stressed. So you can see I queued onto him and clicked down as well. This minion actually got a little bit annoyed, this little Santa hat guy. But you can see my mouse here. I want to move away from the minion aggro range as quickly as possible. So I queue him, click down, and then minion walks away here. So I didn't aggro the minions at all. So I'm in a really, really good position here. He's away from the wave, which means if I hit him, I don't draw aggro, take the damage, make the wave push faster, and I can continuously fight him. But I'm still melee versus range, so I need to kite away here. So kite away, don't give him free autos. wait for my next Q, and now going back in, yet again Q auto, and drop the minion aggro again. So you can just see soak my XP. I never want to give XP doing this, so 3 out of 3, we're in a really, really good position. And then flash Q auto kill. So, insta kill, we'll go back to it. So you can kind of see here, again, level 1 game planning is one of the most important things if you're playing a champion that has an advantage over the opponent. You don't always have to be stronger to have a good game plan. You can punish their mistakes, just like the Camille vs Gwen game. But you can kind of see, yeah, I know, okay, if this matchup just goes for a long time and he just out-sustains me and pokes me down, really bad for me. I need to make it as volatile as possible. But if I do that in the wave, I'm going to take too much damage. The wave will come to him where he can farm and maybe block the wave. So if I can fight him away from the wave, just like this, it puts him in a very uncomfortable position where if he wants to get experience like this, he needs to give me opportunity to trade onto him. So he's going to take a guaranteed loss. Either he's going to lose HP or XP, and a lot of top lanes will choose to lose hit points, and a lot of time they can translate to a kill just like this. Here we have another melee vs range matchup playing Camille up against Tristana. So I wanted to compare this to the Gnar one we did earlier, and even the Vladimir one. This came up against a pretty strong early game range champ. Tristana is a lot stronger than Gnar or Vladimir, so I do have to play around that. So my game plan is actually going to be different. I still want to make it a little bit volatile, so E auto her and click the wave, because I don't want to tank a fully charged Tristana E, and she has bone plating anyway. So E auto click backwards, utilizing the bush control. But my game plan overall is to let her push me in, stay high HP while she does it, and then look for the all-in level 2, level 3 when I have access to more abilities and the wave is in the Camille zone. So I'm just sort of chilling here, walk next to the wave so her thing hits it, so it pushes to me faster, and just not giving you really any free auto attacks. So just utilizing bush control is so important in these melee vs range matchups. You can see I'm just camping here, coming out for a free auto whenever I can, or for a last hit. You will get hit a little bit farming, of course, but you're going to get hit a lot less than if you were in the open area. So now she's level 2. I don't want to let her jump onto me, so I'm chilling. I'm willing to give some minions. We can see I'm around 75%, maybe 80% HP. So I'm in a very good spot. Let the wave seal, then boom. E auto QQ, auto QQ, auto Q, auto Q2. Make it volatile. I want both of us to be low HP. Now, one really good thing about the minions is when they lock onto the tower, they do not change their mind no matter what. They're not going to hit you. So, as soon as these minions locked onto my tower, I start kicking Tristana, and you can see no minions are really aggroed onto me. Maybe that one before, but this is a really good time to strike, because they feel confident with the size of the wave there, but it doesn't really help them. So, E auto Q and just kick your head off. Make it volatile, get both of us to low HP. And you'd see I went Conqueror again. I am a Conqueror addict, but Grasp I don't really like in this type of matchup because it's really hard to get Grasp procs. You know I do like Electrocute sometimes, but again, I'm a Conqueror addict at the moment. So level 3, E into a max range W, get the bone plating, wait out the bone plating before I hit her, and then nice clean kill there. So if we go back to it, how did I just randomly kill her within 10 seconds from this point here? The game plan, conserve HP, stay healthy when the wave is coming in, and attack on the bounce back, or when your wave is settled here. So I'm level 2 vs 2, you can see I'm Eing, and I get level 2 mid-E. I know I'm going to level up during this timer. You can see I skilled Q, while I'm Eing E auto, skill Q, and then Q, and kick her head off, make it volatile. If she jumped away, let's just say she played it really well. Let's say, all right, let's go through the steps. If she played it perfectly, she would buffer her E through my E here. Pretty hard, but then it's still fine. I maybe even get an EQ onto it or an E auto or something, and she has no W. Really good for me, right? Let's say she W's away now. Still pretty good for me. She's W'd away. I can farm safely. It gives me a lot of space. And then the third option, if they fight you back, make it volatile. And again, remember, melee vs range. If both of you are low HP, it's going to benefit the melee champion more. I've got D-Shield, I've got Second Wind, and I've got ways to jump onto. If she jumps onto me, as you just saw, not going to work well for her. If I jump onto her like this, works very well for me. And there you can see also waiting out the bone plating as well before I commit an auto attack. And that was actually the difference maker. There's a pretty good chance she survives this if I auto attack that bone plating. And I actually maybe should die anyway, but still a good little habit to pick up. So here I feel healthy enough, even though I know she's going to TP back, I feel healthy enough that I don't need a base right away. If I was 100 HP right now, I would base and TP, but I'm not, so I'm going to stay. So trying to kill the wave here, W straight away. Skip backwards on accident, so W here straight away. go get my ward down. That's probably why I didn't E onto it after the W. I didn't want to miss cannon, and also, well, not miss cannon, I did miss it anyway. I didn't want to get ganked. So W here, waiting for my ward, you can see him. And now I can play the game. So it's trying to get this wave in, willing to take a bit of damage to get it in, and then run away and base. I looked to base and TP, but she did stop my base. So good on her. Really good on her there. But I'm just trying to get their recall off. She can't face check me. That's the thing as well about range versus melee. They cannot face check you. So there he warded that previous bush. So I know he doesn't have a ward for this one here. Base get the sheen, TP back in. Let the wave come back in, and now it's time. I've got an item advantage. I'm stronger. I'm not going to let her play the game. So right now what I'm doing is I'm watching her closely, trying to punish her spacing mistakes. So first I want to get the bone plating. You can see I've left clicked her to track the bone plating on the top left here. So I want to get the bone plating down, and then I want to punish her spacing mistakes. So I'm chilling, waiting for my next W, because I want to lead with QW. So W here. Walk onto it, boom, spacing mistake, time to go. If she fake ordered right now and clicked backwards, I wouldn't W, right? She made a spacing mistake here, so my W is guaranteed to hit unless she jumps away. So I W, I click backwards because she tried to click in and dodge my W inwards. And now I can just force onto her. Spacing mistake punished, and I'm holding my E, waiting for her to jump away. And now we can clean up that kill. So you can see there, really, really important thing was my game plan yet again, but different than what we've seen so far. Let her push me and stay healthy and wait for you to have all your spells. You want your Q and your E on Jax. You want your hook and your WQ on Darius, right? Those types of things. It's really hard to kill the range champion with just one spell in certain matchups. Versus Gnar, I could kind of do it, but versus something stronger like a bone plating Tristana with lethal tempo, different story, or like a Conqueror Jace or something, different story. So a lot of the time versus strong early game range champions, you need to play out to your level 3, but if you're too low before you get to that point, you're not going to be able to punish them. Next, we have the Fiora Rumble matchup. So I've gone for the classic Phase Rush Ignite in this matchup. Big fan of this rune page for this one, and I'm warding the try just in case I did a split map in this game. So my goal here is to crash wave 2 and let the wave come back towards me. I walked away here to drop the Vital so that I get a bit of Vital. But Rumble, it's pretty hard to force onto him. He's just going to poke me down with harpoons. So I'm going to play purely for Pro. So you can see I'm trying to kill the last minion of wave 1 as wave 2 arrives. That's the easiest way to crash wave 2, especially on a champion with bad wave clear like Fiora. So now I only have to deal with 6 minions, not 7, or 8 or 9, and the wave moves up as well. So hard pushing this wave here. And if he walks up, I'm going to go for a parry slide onto him. So parry slide is harpoon, so I don't get hit by that or the comet, and also a tiny bit of poke. Because if you think about it, I'm not going to be able to parry him properly anyway, right? You can see by the time I can hit him again, around now, my parry is back up. So Q auto. Normally he wouldn't give me this trade, but his jungler was coming, but I wasn't worried at all. I have a ward, and it's Kayle, the worst champion in League of Legends, so there's a 0% chance we can die to a gank here. I even hit them with the sad B. It's a terrible champ. So I'm not scared of dying to a gank at all. If that was like a Rek'Sai or something, I would have played a little bit more respectful. So here I know I'm going to get level 3. So Q away, and he has no W. So auto E. Get that get the trade onto him, Q onto the Vital. And I know I win this. So how do I know I win this all in? Right? How do I know that other than experience? Rumble is a champion where, with the orange bar, his spells do a lot more. With red bar, he punches your head off, and he wasted both of that. I kited out the red bar here. So I know, okay, when this drops off, you're going to have white bar. So all your spells are going to do piss damage. So I'm not worried about him at all. Q onto him, swapping sides just for the Vital. Holding and then flash auto into a parry slide auto E. So when they make a mistake, again, it's all about punishing mistakes. Right now, if he clicked away here, he's not going to get punished, right? I'll drink my potion, I'll be fine, but he's not going to get punished. But because I know, okay, I'm actually going to have a window here where you're not at full power. If there's another champion that's not complicated like Rumble, it might be the set. His W and E's on cooldown. You can punish him back. Jax no E, stuff like that. He pretty much wasted his cooldown. He wasted his bar and his... Or another champion might be no mana, right? But here he's got no bar now, so I know you're really weak, your spells don't do any damage, so I'm going to be very confident for this all in. And there I went for the flash auto, because if I parry it and he flashes me, I won't have my parry. So I want to just trade my flash for flash against him because he's way more vulnerable to ganks than me, and it's easier for me to run him down. And then go for the parry slide, auto E. Nice, clean kill there. So base straight away before he TPs back in. You can see I didn't even trim a single minion. I don't have time. I need a base as quickly as possible. The faster I base, the faster I get back to lane. And my wave's also fine. What was that? All right. Don't want to see that. Get back to lane here. Stay healthy. So you can just see sort of blocking the minions a little bit so he can't farm. Not moving to this. Only move to plays that are good for you. That sounds like obvious advice, but look, my first instinct is to move my camera and determine, does this actually look good? No, level 3 blue buff and Bessa, and junglers can't play that champ, so I'm not going to move to that at all. So I just one-shot this wave really quickly, get a clean crash, and then pull my wave back out. You can see the minion pull yet again. Walking past the wave, trying to catch a minion, trying to pull it back to me, so that my wave's not starting from out here. I'll point as we go past. If I didn't do this, my wave would probably be around here. But because I pulled the minion out, I can pull it all the way back to the center here. And now I have room to run this guy down. Really important wave control tip. So just last hitting. If you walk up, I'm going to go. Q parry there. Auto E. Beat him up a little bit and phase rush away. And again, boom, you wasted your bar. You don't have orange bar. You don't have red bar. This is an opportunity to punish. A lot of players miss this mindset. When your opponent wastes their major spell, Rumbles are more complicated than the others, but it's the same concept. When they waste their major ability, you can go. So I Q onto him, auto, get a nice clean trade there. But I didn't have any other spells, so I couldn't really keep it going. So just chilling here, waiting for him to walk up. Parry slide, click back, auto, get the phase rush, ulti, and then nice clean kill. So go back to this. Right, and you can see the way I'm moving here is not just bash, right click like I'm Trundle or something. I parry slide, click away, so that his E would hit a minion if he shot it. One extra auto for the phase rush, and click out a minion tower aggro, and pop the ulti as well. Come back in for the movement speed, auto E into Q. Nice clean kill there. So, main thing, the way I play this matchup is, you're going to get sick of me saying it, but the game plan is not actually the most important here. Actually, punishing cooldowns. Again, Rumbles one is more complex than others, but it's the same thing. If your opponent wastes their major ability, if they're out of mana, if their spell is down, and they're trying to play the game like this, you cannot let them get away with it. You have to punish them. This Rumble wasted his heat management, so I punished him. Another guy might be a Jax wasting his E, or a Gragas has low on mana. You cannot let them get away with it if they're in a position of weakness like this. You need to really put your foot on the gas. And for our final matchup, we have Camille versus Gangplank. Now, I actually believe Grasp is a little bit more optimal in this one. But again, Conqueror Addiction, I want to kick some heads off. So, level 1, I'm hitting the wave as much as possible. I really want to get priority. Also, Doran's shield is better. I don't know why I have Doran's blade here. Way too cocky. But we're going to be fine. So hitting the wave as much as possible. One thing to keep in mind is you're not going to dodge every Gangplank barrel. Just make sure you don't get hit by singles. You can only get hit by doubles, or it's too efficient. It's way too efficient of a spell. If you get hit by a single barrel, you have to make him do a double like that. So second barrier, I start a Q just to win the barrel minigame, auto Q him, because me Wing him one time doesn't really do much for me. So I want to go for the barrel minigame. So you can see I'm not afraid of it. I got the first one. He got the second one, but it's important to hold your ground. You cannot fear the barrel minigame here. So I just autoed a little bit too early, it looks like. So next time, we will hit it a bit later. So yeah, level 2. So he played that well. You can see I really wanted to E him level 2. Level 2 Camille EQ is really strong, but he ran back to tower range here. So I was not really able to E him. So it was really good by him. Mute him because I don't like emotes. Just for, just not a big fan, but it's fine. If you go near this minion, I'm going to go. So boom, he went to last hit, and you can see I E auto the barrel. Rock, paper, scissors, right? You got to play for their spell is a higher priority than hitting them. So I E, hit the barrel, and then Q him. So it's still E auto Q, but it's barrel into him, so I get my passive from the Q, and I break his barrel so that he can't proc it there. So nice little trade, and now I must get this wave in. So here you can see still playing the barrel minigame, but not going for it every time, pretending to. Look at my character's movement here. I want to get the barrel, but really I'm clicking away and baiting him to waste that there. So crash the wave, and then the next wave comes out. So I'm ready to punish. Once you face check this, I'm going to W, but he did a really good like max range ward click backwards there. So this guy's actually playing pretty well. So auto QQ to kill the ward. You can see always anticipating what they're going to do. I'm expecting him to ward, so I'm mentally ready to W him straight away, and also auto QQ the ward. So boom, boom, boom. Now he doesn't have vision of this bush here. But I can't use that to my advantage because I have Shyvana jungle, the second worst jungler in the game after Kayle. But you can see here, if you leave tower range, I'm going to E onto you. Especially there's no barrels down. It's a really good time to strike when their barrels are down. But I don't want to give them the true damage auto. So you can see I just E auto Q and click backwards. I don't want to give them the true damage hit. So I click away here because when my passive drops off, I'm still going to burn from it a bit. So auto him, W him there. And just a nice slow push here. But little crumb of jungle gap, so we have to run away. But again, they have a Graves, not that scary. E away. So Q him and then E away. Perfectly fine. Base and TP back. So again, the barrel mini game. Pretend to auto it and click backwards. One thing to note as well, in this game, I have TP advantage. I have TP, he's got Ignite Flash, so I've utilized that to my advantage. Now I've got item and resource advantage here. Go for the barrel. Bad E by me. So I'm playing the barrel minigame well, but bad E by me. What I should have done here is just click next to him, held my E a little bit longer, potentially use this wall here. So a bit of a mistake there. But it's fine. It was auto him a couple times. And again, right now I know, okay, this guy's checkmated. He doesn't have TP. He doesn't really have a way to go. There, I don't actually want Shyvana to come. That's called an autopilot ping. He's diveable, so I gave the information. I really don't want my level 4 Shyvana to come up here. It's just autopilot. Again, the barrel minigame, you can see here. But I know, the mindset shift here, he's checkmated now. He doesn't have TP. He can't crash the wave under tower. So as long as I don't die to a gank or die to a dive, I'm in a really, really good position. So I'm just sort of chilling, playing the barrel minigame as much as possible. Click in, click out. Click in, click out. Click. You can see the barrel minigame. And I just know I'm in such a good position. I'm not rushing anything. So W, E, Q2, get him to low HP here. So stack my Q off the cannon, hide the Q animation with a W, and then wait a little bit so my Q2 comes up. You see I don't E straight away. I wait a little bit here for my Q to be available, then E auto Q2 ignite, click backwards. So pretty sure he lives here like 1 HP. Again, even if he ran all the way back here and based and all that stuff, it doesn't matter. Stop being little dopamine addicts and chasing the kill. Them running back here and basing is the exact same as them dying. There, you just don't get any dopamine, and now it's just an easy kill. Q the tower for movement speed, and then Q him, and now he's in a unplayable position yet again. So, main learning for our final one. The barrel minigame, you cannot fear it, but the most important is, of course, that mindset. I've got TP, he doesn't, so if I can utilize my TP to get resource and item advantage, and he misses his basing opportunity, his game's over. So, when I TP back in, I'll pinpoint the moment where I knew he was checkmated, right? So I TP'd to the tower because Graves was basing. If I TP'd to the minion, he would have cancelled his base and chunked me. The moment I know his game's over is right now. Because he cannot base anymore. He had to base here if he wanted to. He had to base on this opportunity, but he missed his back timer. So I know right here, his game is over. As long as I don't make a mistake. So you can see I played very consistent. Playing for the barrel mini game. Staying high HP, just slowly chipping away at him. I didn't make any major risk here because he's in such an unplayable position that he can't really do anything, only I can give it back to him. So that's why my mindset completely shifted and I played a lot more reserved at this position and just played to keep him stuck in lane, chip away at him, and then eventually go for the dive when I know it's a guaranteed play, just like this here. Alright team, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is definitely something different than what I normally make, so please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it, and as usual, any support is greatly appreciated, and I'll see you all for the next one.